We'll get right into things because 8 out of 10 of you have the attention span of a fruit fly. We're in Halifax, which is in Nova Scotia, which is on the Atlantic side of Canada. There's nothing ugly in this entire city. It's suspicious, actually. It's a little bit suspicious. I don't know where they're burying their dead bodies and all their skeletons, but it's somewhere, and we're determined to find it. Right now, we're standing in the Sir Stamford Fleming Tower, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sir Stamford Fleming. No doubt a lively character that was born many hundreds of years ago. I think maybe 200 years. I don't know. I don't know when. I don't really know his significance. For sure, he was a colonizer, so take from that what you will. Probably not the kind of guy you want to have at your dinner table. We're going to go check out Halifax and the surrounding area. Dingle Tower is what this is called. Dingle. How did they get the word dingle from Sir Stamford Fleming? Don't know. Does it speak to his character? Possibly. Was he a dingbat? Don't know. So anyway, stay tuned.
It was a long time coming, the day I'd be able to proudly show off Atlantic Canada as if I had any right to do it. For those of you who aren't Canadian, just know that our reputation as a country of tolerance, comedy, and friendliness almost entirely comes from the Atlantic side. If it weren't for the ridiculous winters, Halifax is a place everyone would want to live, and even with the cold winters, I'm still considering it. It's quirky, it's kind, it's artistic, and it will always be a place I'm trying to get to. We're in Halifax, and it's a place that everybody in Canada wants to live. Aside from people in Alberta because they like horses and trucks. And if you Google Halifax, the first thing that'll come up is, have you been pegged before? And don't click on that link. What they're referring to is Peggy's Cove. You reach a certain point in your life when you realize that 99% of touristy attractions are complete bullshit. So what I was expecting by going to Peggy's Cove was to find a lighthouse that is maybe nipple height and surrounded by tour buses coming to take pictures and eat hot dogs in front of it. And while most of that is true, actually, it was quite nice. It was nice. It's a big lighthouse. It's much taller than me. It's, surrounded by sailboats and rocks and of course, tourists eating hot dogs. But maybe the best part of Peggy's Cove was the bathrooms. The toilet itself is coated in a foam, an never-ending cascade of foam sliding down the walls of the bowl and into the hole. So even if you manage to rinse it all away with your fecal matter and urine, the foam will just push it in this ever-flowing cascade. Stay tuned for more toilet talk. If you Google images of a lighthouse, you'll probably see pictures of Peggy's Cove because it's a classic. The entire area is rich with history and local folklore and mystery. The legend says a little girl, too young to remember her name or her parents, was the sole survivor of a shipwreck. The family that took her in gave her the name Peggy. In 1800, she married a resident of the Cove and became known as Peggy of the Cove, and voila. We had a car for the day, so we made use of it, driving around and exploring, eventually hitting this beautiful small town called Lunenburg, where we stopped for a look around and a bite to eat before heading north, where I was secretly planning to propose to Olivia. All right, let me bring you up to speed here. We're in a place, it's on the north side of I'll point it out on a map. So we're there. It's called Cape Split. There's a 12-kilometer trail. The parking lot's back there. And you start on the trail and you walk down the trail for 12 kilometers and then you get to look at the sunset. Or the parking lot's right there. You can park it, walk through the trees like we just did, and you end up with pretty much the same view. We chose the lazy man's way, and It really paid off. So far, Nova Scotia is nothing but beautiful shit. Like, there's nothing ugly in Nova Scotia. It's weird. It's suspicious. It's beautiful. But you have to wonder why. I mean, if you look at the statistics here, taxes, some of the highest in the country. Gas prices, some of the highest in the country. Electricity, made from coal, extremely expensive. And then, during the pandemic, all the Torontonians and Ontarians moved here, and they screwed it up for everybody, like they do. They love doing that. House prices skyrocketed. Now rent is super high as well. So everything's expensive. Something going on in Nova Scotia that needs to be explained. Well, we've really pulled things together here, folks. We climbed down this little rock face here, and now we're completely alone, which we were before, until some almond-eating hippies came in. This is the Bay of Fundy, which leads right to the Atlantic Ocean. In one way or another, had a huge hand to play in the discovery of Canada, because you could literally just bring a ship right in here. So we're not the first people to stand here, but it does feel like it at this moment.
Of course, it rained for most of that car ride to get there, threatening to snuff out the plans I had. But as if to confirm my decision, the world put into place all the things I needed. The clouds parted and a beautiful sunset emerged. The wind died down and so did the waves to create the warmth of silence. The people disappeared, and all that was left was Olivia and my question for her. And well, it looks like we'll be getting married, folks. We drove back to Halifax to unleash our excitement on the boardwalk and have dinner at a fantastic restaurant called the Bicycle Feast. I left the camera at home, so here's some footage of the following day exploring the city one last time. If you're an immigrant or a descendant of an immigrant in Canada, and let's face it, you probably are, then I highly suggest you check out the Immigration Museum. It's easily one of the best museums a Canadian could ever go to. But honestly, if all you did was fly into Halifax and walk around the city and check out the boardwalk, then you've done all you really need to do. Even just that is enough to get hooked on the magic that comes from Atlantic Canada. Well, that's it. That wraps up the video and possibly the series. You've made it this far. You've held on, and we've arrived to the end. We're back in Dingle Tower. As you can see behind me, a British flag. Okay, that's real nice. It's all wrapped up appropriately, unlike the Canadian flag, which is flying majestically, as you just saw at the beginning of the video. I don't know what that flag is. Blue and yellow, but not like in the Ukrainian way. Okay. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. So far, you've seen us get pegged at Peggy's Cove, and we've gone to Cape Split. You've seen me propose to Olivia, which, well, you didn't see it, but you knew it happened, right? Because surely I explained it at some point, right? Anyway, if I didn't explain it, I proposed to Olivia, so now we're engaged. And yeah, I did not find any dead bodies or skeletons. The people are exceedingly friendly, highly suspicious about this area, because pretty much if you go anywhere else in North America, you're bound to find something ugly, and we just didn't find that the entire time we were here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you soon, I think. Hopefully. We're gonna go somewhere, surely, soon. Oh, see the British thing unfurled. That's just like the Brits, isn't it? Really spoiled the whole moment. Okay. All right, see ya.